Asu-B to bet my friend Ken Asu-B. This is a special edition. I de bro we GhPage Sports. Anna yeah de bro. My name is Enra when of course the UEFA Champions League. Suspense and trailer and bia e japa hit and the no. Now no thing. My guest was say I'm never better home come. So na if UEFA Champions League na your bomb matches na we there. But then on the 8th and 9th of April, there matches and also and also yeah the bro that is the next fixtures now was the ban and also ye be di home come kakra. So na we here no free wa. Ye be back to your local league after Pole Ewo no send a local league so AC Airco say minister for youth and for sports Kofi Adams on also no then on also air can your league and you may say Coach Otuado of course on also air prepare for the World Cup qualifiers. Sansum wing na ye the brona of Enyamenkwa and I may better na me the sports the abroad. Mene the number one sports pundit in the whole of this country. Media no won't and only a wasem, but the whole of Ghana there, the number one sports pundit, the one and only, and the Kerm. Andy, Memokwaba.
Okay,
Naboko there.
Oh, I'm
this is now my GhPage. Am I in Como in the sports on Como? Yeah, meaning say yeah, more GhPage there, but name used to be yes.
I think this is the first time.
Now but studio to say.
Oh, yeah, I come.
Yes.
Upgrade them.
Of course.
Level
standard no cost row. Yes, the Champions League in here. The standard no cost row.
The apex of the Champions League.
Yes.
The business end of the Champions League.
Yeah, Madrid no. Yeah, Madrid no. Obebo, but final no bo say yeah. Obeba na GhPage na ho. Eno anoma course UEFA Champions League. Na answer na start here busa questions na kra no. Eno nko ade referee nko na Champions League de ba eduru wa anadwo boys and girls na kra frɛ omo nya omo obi wo access obet ma hwe wo fie minimum nkofo a omo anom pese omo hwe ball e wo fie but obet ma gya ho wakotena pub bi no akohwe ana obekɔ football center bi no akohwe Champions League na de ankasa na de ba ai this referee an ba no
on say our local football no abafem
yeah
into because of how attractive the quality, the standard, how scientific, and how connective foreign football, ama plus the betting,
yes,
the investment,
yes,
bano ama the locals, and also the indigenous people now are addicted to the foreign football. And
okay,
say obeshi akra ketwa, and I say onse okuskus no mo bibi a friend rep your JC,
yes,
rep your JC say. Mikrom bonim kra na omo rep your jersey whole team akra bi be jersey ase obeko school bia mun na anya Man United Chelsea enya Chelsea Madrid enya Madrid Barca enya Barca AC Milan Arsenal Aston Villa Bayern Munich into the foreign football now dominant your locality and there will be a person who is not looking up to Michael Essien. He's not looking up to Suleiman Tari. He's not looking up to Kudus Mohammed.
Yes.
He's not looking up to Thomas Tepate.
Yes.
No, but it is either Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo, those guys now. Omaji Dino, Musia Akan, Musala, Pedri, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha. Omona obi apeso look up to them. Enti ekoyesa na ma omo game na is so dominant. Why again? Your TV I so okoso echi ehun Ghana bo bia also. Enti gone are the days na e bia enya center ba ku bi. Na e bia ye area ete no meka say your TV la e wo krom estate. Man bi ni obi na Oscar na DSTV na nyina epuko e dey. Okohwe. Ene obi adwuma kakra bi no nya ne bi ketu bi kra. Entempa na ja opini ni super sport kakra bi. No de si ne mantria. Into on han ho nko center so kwa akohwe eye football bi ono ate ho nti ne mane nyini no mo so ye addicted to the foreign football because TV so man hwe no yemrofo no enti ne papa team bo se no so abe adopt the love for that team no so de anyini again emrante na hu said abi o mani modern abraboni nkoyi adwuma kra we osika nso enti o de bibi kakra gusoa enumere no also ko na ko tell team n'echi na ko tell be din na hwe ball no obi nso ha oni DSTV woni fie to okọ betting center na okọ akotirechi na okọ akohwe na okọ enjoy game. Football is an emotional activity. People are attached to certain teams. They will be say you see the team woni di.
Yes.
Or this the team akoto player bia the joy and the jollity or the room no who say any etimeje. Into all these things put together and baby osika on hono akuma nti Madrid na ATM bon na me ni misika kwa kwato me ntimi nkoda dabi na me ntimi nkoda e wo se me kona mko hwebon bi na mko hu die twem.
Yes.
And again for argument and bragging rights me ye ba say no ye Madrid ni say the be ya meka say me ya de che on na de mutim na san o kro then I have to go and watch. Again, we will play a bit of a panel. Once we will play a bit of a panel, instead of being a mechanism, play and a chair. No, I was saying, instead of being a evidence to back my claims that this player is better than this one. All these factors put together. Now, a draw numera and Mam Ranty and I said, but there are girls too. Girls also to this now on so no to yeah almost woman your ma almost wo mutima omo make sure so omo team wo bobola omo so better to that share ball and so it's for me it is about the love and the quality omo game na here and now they share also so TV now share the colorful event.
Yes.
Share the atmosphere.
Yes.
Share the numbers.
Yes.
Share the quality and the standard of stadium no you know. Now so chimbe to Ghana Premier League now TV ni me no dey cause na.
Yeah, difference room.
No na manfo ni ade event and radio kura utie no foreign football. And we'll be discussing so all those things put together na man will be decided say that UEFA Champions League and it is the biggest club event so far as football near concerned. FIFA beating the FIFA Club World Cup and but in all the UEFA Champions League and on the parody the creme de la creme of players, the creme de la creme of coaches, the cathedrals in football, and so also looking up to coaches. It is Pep, it is Carlo, it is Jose, it is Klopp, and other coaches as well. Until no na mo be decided or follow the Champions League.
The UEFA Champions League it's a festival on its own. You don't even need to enjoy the final. Said the course will be a stage will be no. Or the international TV, you just enjoy it. Said them dig on Watson and Kerm, of course, arguably the biggest sports pundits in the whole of the country. And the Kerm, Buenim guy Neville, and I'm an international common. Year Champions League no. Build up to the Champions League and match and teach you. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, and as Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, said ABC Akano. Andy, your first leg, no. Meaning say, Mitio, all call for Real Madrid, say, at the end of the day, on carry. Of course, but then coming back to Atletico Madrid, on home grounds. Now, we expect to say, and ready see and sign ABC.
Me and I expect to say BC, but let me say, Madrid go.
Okay.
First of all, ATM. At this stage of the Champions, the last time we lose in 1997 home.
ATM.
Yes.
Oh.
At this stage of the Champions, the last will be best whether the Vicente Cadron. First, no mistake. Almost here kind. Yeah, from Vicente.
Yeah.
And I told him about Ride S Civitas Metropolitano.
Yeah.
1997 will be best Inti omo obi ntimi nche omo at this stage.
Wow.
Inti na minim say ko ne be yede. Na minim say omo be find a way to stop the Madrid team.
Okay.
But Madrid will find a way. Again, the first leg, Diego Simeone had a plan for Mbappe. He had a plan for Vinicius Junior, but we not plan for Rodrigo.
Yeah.
And Tinaminim say of the three, still. Obenya plan for them, but one will bail him out. Obviously, Naminim say TM go because Madrid did. Well, I follow Madrid. Show my last game so my against Real Betis, they considered 2 goals. Against Real Vallecano, consider goal.
Okay.
Against ATM, consider goal. Against ATM, consider goal. So if even against Manchester City, who the crowd say, team, consider goal. And Madrid team, team, I mean, him say, the quality, but for conceding goal, dear. Now we share the ball at Julian Alvarez, Alexander Soloff, Angel Correa, Samuel Lino, Giuliano Simeone. Born on ball first, Antion Griezmann. Born on ball first like Nadia. Now me say you obvious say they are ATM a bit me and go, but Madrid will find a way.
no one say ATM better, but then Madrid definitely would find a way. Now, game day no drew. Of course, you're sounding in rivalry, no. I was so it's not just any ordinary Champions League game. Name no, the rivalry alone. City na here bobo no. And also counterpart. And also tactical Ancelotti the Don. Was also Diego Simeone and also at the top level wabo final. Omumi no monim de omoye. Obika say it drew say now it's not about the coaches. It's about players and
No, it is not about the coaches. It is not about the players. Well, when you are time share game and run, and once that make catch or say Diego Simeone had a plan for Vini and Mbappe for the first leg. But when you plan for Rodrigo in the first leg.
And Ibrahim Diaz.
Yes. But in the second leg, he has planned for the 3 players.
Okay.
Until the first plan was simple. Omeki sure say, when we say Madrid team, they lack what is called central creativity.
Okay.
Adia na Luka Modric wa Brandt and Odema omune ne omuni.
Okay.
It Modric to give them the control. He will give them the possession. He will give them that dominance here in midfield.
Sure.
But onyani nyina wia ohi obi obema visionary pass. Ohi obi obema defense splitting pass. In football there's something that we call the mirror pass. But ebi okra onhwe ho de ma ne Messi money ni mbo na pass na to no bi akwakobo ahye. Enti na sa niam no like within the midfield of Madrid. But Diego Simeone make sure say first leg otua the right side.
Okay.
With Marcos Llorente and then Giuliano Simeone.
Okay.
Into Omo making good case, making sure say Benicio Junior will not come to the party. Into the 2 players alongside Rodrigo De Paul. 3. And they play Vini out. Or that same template right side. But on the left side, Samuel Lino, Javi Gallen and Timi Rodrigo. So in the second leg, your coach are there now, you're here and they say, Oyi Samuelino free left wing ho.
Okay.
And Oyi Javi Gallen free left back ho. And Odi Ronaldo Madiva bar left back.
Sure.
And Odi Kono Gallagher or your midfielder a bar the left side of attack. And no changing the shape from the typical 4-4-2 to a diamond 4-4-2 plan. Yes. Into the plan was simple. Oya midfielder and there are 2 wins.
Yeah.
Well, share the Diego Simeone team of Gabi Fernandez, Saul Niguez, Coco Resurrection, Thomas Tepati. Now the Coque and the Boruna on the Conogala. In Italy, it is called a Mezzala rule.
Mezzala rule.
A half winger, half midfielder. And a new rule. Italians and a friend. In Tiruno, the Mark Conogala and Sani Freno. Ya Jebona became fin for them. You lose Subona, the Catrino. Okay. Now you close into where. That was the plan for Rodrigo. Until when you plan for Rodrigo, when you plan for Vinicius Junior, you have Jose Maria Jimenez, Clement Lenglet, and Inti. Well, Omomi also cater for Kylian Mbappe. Now, Real Madrid can control, possess, dominate play. But Omo to find out there what Rodrigo De Paul, Pablo Barros, Omo Conor Gallagher, Omo Giuliano Simeone, Griezmann and drop back on. So the shape turns from the 4-4-2 diamond to a 4-5-1 Catanaccio plan. Into Omoche ball now a quick feed, very direct, make sure saying give the ball to Madrid and let's control the spaces. Okay. That is the plan. Into Fabo and Madrid for no, let's control the spaces. Into a cheap ball now a quick transitional play into your from Geno Black. And on ball no to right. Yes. And one they were good to go. Giuliano Simeone cutting pass, Conor Gallagher. The ball now to me in 27 seconds. 27 seconds. Into Omo we are in our ball mom. Ni close space. Exactly the plan. Coaches will input. I was saying yes, ball no. Obviously, the American in our place. Your system, coach at transfer. You said the Carlos just yeah. It over Fedi Babadi, Luka Modric, Rodrigo, and Omekisho say rotate between Jude Bellingham and Luka Modric in midfield. Okay. Back right. Now back left. Back for control, back for the transitional play. Say you do any more na so my baby. Jude in left and changing co diamond with that same shape no more. Never in support to Kylian Mbappe as auxiliary striker. See you born still a year. Still a mumbiem. Na mo allow Rodrigo emo as a floating playmaker. No control ball. Those roles work clearly divided for those players on the field of play. So it was a purely tactical plan. Talking about tactics, talking about system, when you're remunerated, over the years, you say over the past 7 years, Real Madrid has very successful in terms of Champions League. Masha Omwa
Carlo Ancelotti, Mahé Zinedine Zidane, but Carlo Ancelotti is still true. I didn't think at time or try so best set up in the team in the way say as a tenacity also keep pressure. Ye and Kaya side the honey teams be already pressure and about so I would just no burst in beam or Montana is a 18-yard boss and also I know or bedgy ball or very relaxed. Ubo a time and now cruise or say we're free obviously. But moderate bedgy ball or better than your bone if I'll be pia simple ball pa young ball counter near call and ra me was say Mbappe. Just one opportunity be any who say Mbappe into the game penalty. I didn't know Madrid they set up over the years.
Okay,
but in call resources now bit me. I hear the opposite way.
No, Carlo don't have the resources.
Okay.
Obio onim Carlo Ancelotti or a coach as a footballer. He played in one of the best midfield for AC Milan.
Okay.
Frank Rijkaard,
yes.
Carlo Ancelotti. Inti Ruud Gullit, and Marco van Basten one Inti such quality.
Yes.
At Juventus, he has Zinedine Zidane in midfield. He has Antonio Conte in midfield. Ewo Juve.
Yes.
Or Edgar Davis or midfield. And midfield no. Or be coachy Juve no.
Yeah.
Now back to AC Milan. Now our Gattuso. Or Andre Pirlo. Or Clarence Seedorf.
Yes.
And a Kaka. AC Milan.
Yeah.
Oba Chelsea no Michael Essien, no Frank Lampard,
yes,
no Michel Ballack,
yeah.
Shemiford,
yeah,
a real of experience, pedigree, class and quality. Now you no free. Oba Real Madrid first no Javi Alonso,
exactly.
No Sami Khedira, no Mesut Ozil, no Fabian Angel Di Maria. She plays na me bogudino. That is Madrid.
Yeah.
And Oba Madrid again. He had Toni Kroos, Luka Modric and Casemiro. And a Casemiro koi. On one team replacing Casemiro besine.
Yeah.
In such moment they play two players in the position of Casemiro.
Yeah.
Kamavinga, Olin Chouameni. Because Casemiro Dumano, we mun fish so mun team yet. Again, before Kroos Ebabekon, he was still setting up a Catanaccio plan or the more betting afraid defensive plan. Or set it back and they say he had two excellent players who thrive in space, and then a speed. Vinicius Junior. And it was so big game, the man is still too Vini.
Yeah.
And I watch a Madrid coach singing because building a team of Gary Bale and Ronaldo. And they are now still sticking to that same plan.
Yeah.
Players me no one tenten obi ahoha, obi animirikatu. Inti yemfa ball no ye nya obi obetimi a long range ba akwa those players. Carlo any midfield na openo okay. Kamavinga mfisisa Chouameni mfisisa Jude Bellingham belong to the class of midfield danka Carlo na yinimu no openo obi obeman control obi obeman transitional play obi obetwen ba akomienu among the central creativity no ni ho. So he has been forced to sit back and hit opponent on the break. It is the reason why even Freddy Baba the club board onim Bobby Brebe no onye a technical type of a midfielder. It's a midfield enforcer who clearly moves with so many mechanical play. Inti the opposite who from Pedri, the opposite who from Bruno Guimaraes, the opposite who from Enzo Fernandez. That style, that Toni Kroos style, a player who will give you that control and dominance. There be unya. Inti Carlo decided say me mfimfini nyedia, ma me mfa ball in mfimfini. It is the reason why he feel that let me sit back, hit opponent on the break because that will work for Vini, that will work for Kylian Mbappe. In tight spaces, those players struggle.
In tight spaces, those players, of course, almost struggle. But then indeed, it was a good fixture yesterday, the match between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. No. And one year discussing, you the real room, you be filmed the real room. Quickly, Andy, watch your kind of go in the fast by. Obviously, I started 27 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Go naba. Abambuit me ba. At that point in time, Osha then and of course were failed na so. For free Real Madrid perspective, Uria not Maba BTSC Atletico Madrid perspective.
No, Madrid has been at this situation many times. They came back against Chelsea. They came back against Manchester City. They came back against Bayern Munich. Until within the range, American and under Carlo no. Or might come back answer. Now, so we'll call the history of Real Madrid. After the Stefano Puskás, Ramon Kopa, Paco Gento, omu benya player be near friend Juanito. Na your friend the Juanito time. Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay.
And to say interform Becate say 7 minutes at Benabao. It said they were bought a 90 minutes or San Siro.
7 minutes at the Benabao.
Because Johnito time only 7 minutes. Oh, your whole bar, more the best.
Or the Bejo.
Into Omopenya the Johnito time. So back in the early 70s, no matter the year come back.
Okay.
Into come back on my
okay.
Into after Johnito no off. And a Champions League. Even Johnito won them European competition, but not the Champions League. But on also the one person Obe representing Madrid with the number 7 this year successful. He didn't car. He married today. Almost the soca the Juanito time at the Santiago Bernabeu. Wow. Now back to the issue. Into Wemo, Omwa recover from game and Obi and Usaji or Munsem Bebe. Into Atletico Madrid scored the first goal against them. It was normal. They kept it cool. They keep the composure. Stick to the plan. Stick to the system. Let Vary go in forward, and they were good to go. Well, also be up and keep you. You know that because on my big games now, so I am part of them. Until now, there's always will be shaking. There's always will be on because already you know those things are part of them. Carlo, he just woke up, tell the boys to keep it cool. And no human replace. No more kasa. Be Antonio Boas will be Anto. Kotua no born in same. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kotua no born in same. The cheap place. Those things are very normal for them.
Obi catcher me say answer na mess at was. Obi catcher me say with Real Madrid say omo of course omo identify player on person on the ball on board aside with technical ability any ball na onim ball na nkasa no omo san so person omo say who that ego no who sa confidence no any ade na obetimi live up to the way na no so no correct because I know me who be fa Bellingham ho me who be fa Rodrigo mo I say omo wo some confidence beer. No, Brazilians, you build up from a start from Unkrabrim. That's tutorial say the man no. Only born a boche ubia, sana control. And already no. Sana within the street in San Goncalo, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and Grande Sul, almost areas no. Players are moving in our Revini. He doesn't care about anybody. Rodrigo, he doesn't care about anybody. Shadan Alabes or Hermatello. That's a style I did build up. Yeah, but we are aware say when born. And the first shock I don't mudin. That's not build more confidence level of play. Born OG will be down 10 hours. Space, wow. Yes, and I almost kill no more only confidence available. Yeah. It's already a growth up or a star. Nti udi omo yen kura brem ko hu omo anim na hwe omo tna park so omo body demeanor and everything who say these guys are built within the space of omo baba stars and again Bobo 80,000 capacity stadium only confidence available minister de kan Material kan asepa
yes born now born the BA Santiago Bernabeu
yeah
80,000 e kan ni market wow
Baba Yarabe 2 times who say asem the account.
Inti no. Only sa confidence na. Those things are managed and they have that team out there. Omo manage sa ni man say ye dey free Santos. Call Real Madrid.
Yes.
Who only confidence na better bubble.
Yeah.
Inti omo ye build up they have a team over there. They build omo from different club move and necessarily you are a star. You take penalties, you take free kicks. You will be decide the game, no. You will be change the game. The talisman on the field of play. It is the reason why any Brazil team parade a double number 10. Every Brazil team parade a double number 10. So they buy open 2 game changes back 1 year. Back be yinti. Jude Bellingham ko join the no. Asha. On also building from that level and Nankopon ade ba ko the chair and say ni petuntum there. Say the person to gas or yeah. Esisi ne krono na ekun ye ba say ya de de obi an say you be in ma de ye sa de ne ma na de chen ye especially when it comes to the sporting fraternity those players are built and you are told you are playing for Real Madrid the greatest team in the game what else also you don't know
what else also you don't know but still na the one and only and the Kerm nutrition come to the over 1,000 people are more shares to see on Facebook. No, the person make a try and say if you have any question, our person will be and the Kerm with regards to Champions League, a Hons and semi ban runner. Would send a message in the brand? Na mimbusa mouse is here. Name mono. Most of months mimbusa. I have some few questions. Be mimbusa. Minim say ɛno na generate conversation bebree nkɔfo bebree nti ɔmo ho ase ɛno a issues si pa Real Madrid on the defense ɔmo yɛ adwuma na yɛhu sɛ all of a sudden say yeah the one split pass pa Mbappe agye ball no bema kyɛ sɛ wɔwoso ne ho baako mienu fair play akyi yaso ne mu penalty boom Vinicius watch ball Vinicius na nso obɛhyɛ
me who to say penalty for Madrid and tell them to obɛhyɛ
but me so no well I am that person at time bia make say yenim the course of dressing room and the course of training field you know obviously the coach back train so one more but na me share atmosphere na say the nyoma si corner baby am tell no make say boy Vinicius never born but e ka me nko a Vim na Mbappe edidnya ewura mu BT first person second person ye che no to ho ne de o ma ne mo na de no hwe anu ase ball no but o say no first na kan ye den
o say no well it was normal for me because meaning say Vini doesn't have good record against ATM or just one goal against them in the Copa del Rey until only will be a good record against them again Vini will be a penalty he started taking penalties last season or he was beating the likes of Mano Noyamono gives you that edge and say he's a good penalty taker again on the issue of Mbappe more Ronaldo nanka oho nanka Mbappe je ball sa ball no ena nka penalty ne ba no Ronaldo ko janka be meba mamie ena Mbappe twi ni petu na penalty ba nka be ka se Mbappe nya confidence nti Mbappe mo ahead of Ronaldo
Ronaldo
nti therefore no last season no mo ba be Champions League against Bayern Munich penalty Bayern Vini na boy he's their penalty taker and you see Vini enhu ye nipa bibre hi eti ekoba say ya obia wo a way to analyze the situation. Liverpool ever against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Vini Amobi penalty by Mbappe was saying. Real Madrid boy against Atletico Bilbao penalty by Mbappe was saying. Emma one match penalty by Mbappe chebo no come out Rodrigo so mob.
As about the ball.
This is the player we are saying
Uncle boy, yeah.
And the match I think was against Latifi.
Yeah.
Ewa Carlos Afonso Perez. Also a Rodrigo nye penalty anymore. Jude Bellingham ko na Jude so boss say no. Nti ho so. So I agree Mbappe is a good penalty taker, but also say be. And I don't think say Vini Kobo penalty dog akoba say no. He wanted to score, he wanted to prove a point because they were insulting him, they were chanting his name, they were calling him all sort of names. But big players, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid. I think that was 2012, 2013 champions.
I'm gonna buy Indiana now.
No, I'm gonna Dortmund.
I'm gonna Dortmund Indiana. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ronaldo European Championship. Yeah. I mean, my first penalty takers. If you say me hear about Ronaldo, Eden Neymar.
Yeah.
Mo penalty no be the next.
For yes.
Ronaldo. But then now be pim from 2014.
Emma born the no.
One front is but say now no then now pim one night.
Yeah.
But even them sometimes stage you know to me overtake you. And I think Vini chose a poor technique. The composure was wrong. Everything was wrong about the penalty. But it is football. Mbappe amuntini yakas and koba and kobeche. Nobody no say.
Because who canona ebina mitrim. So Cristiano Echo United. I remember penalty basa. Of course Bruno Fernandes will be. Yes. But no be any say the Ronaldo. Bruno so be job or boss no. I think say it was against Aston Villa or something.
Board yes has. It's the ever got a king you can go on the best. Every time I know about Kebeche 5. It's those things are normal, especially for teams are stars who na obia one fan base. The argument will be on. I've heard people saying that I said well, Kafana Akran Mbappe ball. Me no say I didn't see Vini anya there. Enya manamo, but some ball La Liga na se Vini bosha. Menti to you because Onyama. Again Mbappe bossa and man say Mbappe has a better PR. That is very normal.
Yeah.
He has a better PR. Oshiyekura omo the question.
That's a Rashford no.
Yes, indeed. I think Vini was poor yesterday, but those things happen in football.
Oh, but Vini being poor, is it just yesterday? It been also say Ballon d'Or now when you know as a mentally affecting the current man from
a lot of people don't watch games. They watch Champions League.
Okay.
Sunday Vinicius Junior Jebo twini pa me ensan ko bobo no she ana me boa sa ball no players don't bobo no ho be but he was in the Champions League and in the last 3 Champions League Vini Man City ne Real Madrid he won the man of the match in Etihad
Yeah.
Madrid Champions didn't come free. When he came back against Atlanta, he scored. Against Brest, he played.
Yeah.
Salzburg, on only back, you know. And Madrid started winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
Dortmund ball now, they both free center last season.
Debbie.
This season, there was a TS and it's a football as a machine so. No, sometimes you can get and apart from the trick of Mbappe did with the ball.
Debbie.
And I know Real kind of match that's more.
Debbie.
ATM first match but people are it is not just about the Ballon d'Or. There was a TS and say opponent keeps on planning, crafting a system to make sure they will neutralize opponent.
Yes.
And Atletico Madrid, for Christ's sake, let's respect them. Players or more than players get out.
Yeah.
But no players are on free bench. And it is a local rivalry. So those things are very normal.
Wow. So for the big Andy Edgerton come on. Nana entry was Yako Bernard to say the big man Andy Kerm. Yes. So I say Anna Bobo Kokwe and so say there's been an ask. Hey, and I just a manager radio Hermione. I'm so up my breaking news to be say accident to be a scene, you know. Anyway, fire services. Yeah. Gamedi Joseph. Yes, Gamedi, the Oyan is any John Power, and also tagging and Kofu Naso Mumra, MHB. Jerry Dex, very good submission by all standards. Andy Kerm. Ken Pene, and so say, I love Andy too much. And say, you feel papa. And the second half, you run your game, yeah. But, Drew Baby, I think, for starting your nervous. Says the Sika Quidi, one here Madrid. The Akakwe, one here na Atletico, the second goal, and so. Almost the sauce on so and one, no. You know, so Philly Bisa.
No, one time I catch you say, Champions League at a point you need to suffer. But when you are suffering, you need to find a way.
Okay.
The game is about fine margins.
Yes.
Fine margin, the Bama Madrid didn't win it, they blew it over the bar.
Yeah.
Oma chance to be you. Atletico Madrid opportunities on by. The second ball was supposed to be from Angel Korea.
Yeah.
You ball no one person or boss.
Yeah.
It is about fine margins. You need to suffer. PSG, almost suffer against ATM, almost suffer against Girona. They found a way.
Yeah.
Man City suffer an momentum. Liverpool suffer an momentum. But Madrid will always find a way. Barcelona suffer against Benfica 4-3 or 5-4 first one.
Yeah.
Barca found a way.
Yeah.
Until you suffer, you need to find a way. Final for the desires or maybe give in time a good run for their money.
Yeah.
They found a way. Until media me who say whatever football ATM will play. Real Madrid
will find a way. Okay.
Me give you up on ATM after Isco match, you know, if you want a man trust you. After Isco match, you know, because that time, no, team and they crack ATM
no.
Ne team one Fran.
So no kutan swatch.
Diego Godin.
Yes.
Jean Merenda, Felipe Luis, Saul, Cookie,
yeah.
Gabi. Pate, Diego Costa, Griezmann.
Yeah. No more
na Isco.
Yeah.
Abe temu omo. Cristiano Ronaldo abebo hat.
Yeah. Ona who say.
When I'm give up. When I'm give up. Team ni say omo Madrid. On bekra omo ball a paradise abebo. But Real Madrid will find a way.
Asama okan unim say eyi for so nya sa episode ni bi Juve. Almost be nya consistency ni bia na Drew Baby no almost Madrid for ya sa temi wo mo ato aso be tu bi na afide.
No, Juve there.
Almost man sa ma bi mu Champions League.
They were almost lose 7 times in the Champions League final. Into those things are synonymous.
Once na make interesting moments in game ni monra. Medical hwe penalty ne de no. Madrid for answer na be kan Alvarez penalty na obia episode yewe no. Madrid for so complaining. Say no many me so anko ya momo. Rodrigo, watch the ball down the flanks. We room 80-yard box. Yeah, the answer should have moto me atwena to. Any penalty. Sa ball na won say penalty. The other picture na me pay. The other picture say Dave Ubenya me. Rodrigo dey na one no. Yes, and answer should have moto me wo yin. Sa ball na won say penalty.
Is it the first leg or yesterday's one?
The yesterday's one.
My honest.
Well, honest.
Me ball am won say penalty.
Wait. Time Rodrigo room no. Sa boy, yes.
We are foul.
Until no 18 him.
I foul.
But said almost try no. I'm Madrid for no so I consent pa.
We are foul.
Yeah.
So in this aspect you call this a penalty.
Yes. But that's a bass so fast, you know.
Maybe give my honest. Juliado Sibiano the other na me honest say board inside. So
okay, yeah, no, so another one I had the
position, but that's no training in Sano.
Vinicius, dear, no.
Yes, yeah, Vinny, dear.
They wait me there, no, so my Nanke, and this particular incident, and I can, yes.
On in Sano said that straight at the natural position.
Okay,
but we saw the motion, our movement now. Not all training, sir. So what I say,
yeah,
because all training, sir.
Oh,
but
then Obin's workers would dream carefree about when say, wouldn't mean control and say, and as once I know better on Ariaba.
Monsano better Bassabon, Banao secure, sir. He different from who you say.
Okay,
what I say? On the who you say different. And now the idea of me,
yes, different. Okay,
and say, your hand is at that natural position. Natural position here, the Okan. Me too, the me say.
Yes.
Me too, me say, yes. I will say, me say. So at the album inside, normal. But the moment you decided that you inside free you are moving the hand from your natural position.
Oh.
Yes, are there penalty. But you see, for me, me 3 referees. Me best referee are retired last season on my bill.
Okay.
Daniel Osato.
Oh, one of your best referee.
On here VR.
When him the oil.
Yeah, on here VR. Remember, managing a simple.
Okay.
After him, I will go in for this one.
Oh.
Yes. When I had best, but Osato for me is ahead of me.
Fantastic.
But they say there, Franco Letizier, Clement Tepen, Advan Kovac, Zlatko Vincent. Zlatko Vincent did Champions League final last year.
Okay.
Obviously, at that level, they manage games. And Simon Mosini, apart from Alvarez, board I can, about then everything I can find.
Okay.
100%.
Fantastic guy.
And he's up there. There is a referee I would do UEFA Champions League finals. He did World Cup finals.
Yes.
Last season, only did Bayern Real Madrid.
Serious game.
So what I say.
And to note him say, oh, that top level, no.
UEFA, you can criticize them. One thing you cannot criticize UEFA is that for big games, they choose big referees.
They know who to handle it.
Say, last week, on the Michael Oliver echo Bayern Leverkusen match, and on the Clement Tapen, as a bar Madrid match, and then on the other referees, young referees, and matches any match be right, and we on the Franco Letizier call Bassa match. Okay, Mom, this is Mama Senia. And on the Advan Kovac, Romania in the call Liverpool match. Liverpool match, no whom mistake go referee. Top. Because no serious game. Top.
Yes, I know Nipani.
Yes. Of Poland.
Oh.
Simon Mosenia were being
fantastic.
When we left for on the hard Libya. Into a one managing games.
Are they referees that day?
Oh, there is a with the outer. And then the last time when a referee call World Cup in 1982. And what I'm saying is that no, African referees are very good.
Yes.
See, actually, we are last season, but we more level on their top level.
Top level. Now, to the most important way will be a conversation will be a having. I don't have a response. I was on the board two who are watching and hear you call. Yes, kasa. Obo me pese me dikan hu kura free once and ado be chim bia wa chim.
Okay.
Eba wutrim sa kwa na double cake.
Dabi man hu. On say baby a odina e na me minim so obese. Ono no de me minim say ono Alexander Soloff. Penalty de minim say omo about 10,000 keeper bi anche. Yo grofo bi omo penalty mi say. Yeah. Madrid. Bavard. Jude. Me who say Bapi Beshe. Omo yes we say Beshe on penalty. O chiri to so obo san mo 10 on Beshe. Yeah. It because of said almost kick ball. Omo was our power no. Ti me who say on Beshe. Now me who say Avala is Beshe. It all but my Adrian so double cake in the movement in the position no. It was unnecessary for me. But after ball you hear no. What's a referee friend? Yes. And na Fedi Vavadi. E ba no say e che and son about the airball. Now, the rule was alien to football fans. Okay. Material can as a rule now, applying. Yeah. Alien. Like football fans be brain. Yes. Until be a junior day, Emma so. And at the noise, the 70,000+ capacity, no. Was a bit that. And you'll be a quiet double. David. And yet wasn't. It was a nipper be ancoso. Adrian de ancoso. But Diana Black Arrow, my listening to a black interview. Also, one of you who say a double kick. Alvarez ohwe
into one protest. Yeah.
And I Mbappe call fourth referee.
Ako catcher no. Yeah.
Catcher to a double kick Mbappe here.
Yeah.
Into omo no money on the field of play. But because the rule was alien to the fans, obi adrian amaso.
Yes.
Into no na ma the controversy by but on say emotions over facts.
Yeah.
The fact is that rule now referee apply and was spot on. But emotionally, you want Madrid out. You want ATM to qualify. If you look at the performance of ATM within the 2 leagues, you say a currency and an ATM fast free. Again, the rule was alien to the fans, but videos are banned. It was a double kick. In the moment the double kick, it said, "Born no bar." It was a booby and son of wabo. Samobi now san bar indirect free kick in a bed. Into a rule I apply in the controversy, but for me, the referee was fantastic.
Rule no na Andy the amayan obi say the shatter Andy good submission. The shatter Andy good submission. You see, in the case of Mahrez as a Leicester City player versus Chelsea, ABC. In the case of Mitrovic as a Fulham player versus Newcastle, ABC. And now so obviously Alvarez. I'm a young no mama Andy as a train rule ni. It's 1-2 rule na see ya and we see rule near the ankasa. Say obi bona ye den ya.
Rule ne say o double kick here.
Yes.
Ye nye go no.
Okay.
And a ball no o ba e was say booby. And son of what me aside they abo.
Yeah.
So bona mo bi na so double kick indirect free kick.
Okay.
Indirect free kick. Be die tiaw.
Atiaw.
And anything I want say ball na ko bo pole ba untimi nzamo.
Sure.
Penalty no say ko bo pole ba
untimi nzamo.
Abo
yeah. Mobile.
It was a cover indirect free kick.
But say bopo no na ko rob net ni dia ashe. Very well.
So what you say?
Very well. Okay. Me so we na me busa on next way.
Okay, it's ball na my ball. Abo pool. Aba.
Yeah.
Me boy indirect free kick.
Okay.
Because me boy no e ball will be ya.
Okay.
But me boy the keeper aba. And my boy a different thing altogether. And they want to scrap the keeper 1-2. I feel no more planning to scrap it.
Yes, because no keeper dey so na na person
I feel now FIFA you know as a venga na dey call say omo hwe no mo scrap we no. They are working on.
So omo say keeper dey no omo yen dey omo drink no.
Omo say keeper na chino na osa aba.
Yeah.
Player no when you
advantage.
Yes. E check keeper no. And Roberto Rozotti mo say e ye punishment na ye di ama. And the punishment ye di ama dey o say utua soka. And on them for the omo dey ba omo go into it omo dissecting into opinions and finally omo the conclusion
manager when you say about Madrid for let to pressure Barca for Ishaba Combinaton is say Barca people who don't know anything about football now you hear the truth. You hear the truth. Say, yes, I know many yes, I know. Very interesting because a bit more so make argument to be said. I say everything be a so no in the favor of keepers. So say keepers, you have to show myself go much. Say before the kick, you know, or was a 9. It's the line so. Okay, so now say no so be generative conversation. But now but no be a.
But okay, but you go.
Then you go, yeah.
Until you will do everything to make sure that they
goes beba.
Because yapa say what you sika you 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 500 pounds, obu you 1,000 pounds. So ko Wembley akwa ko hebo na akwa na 0-0
go back grama.
Nti for omo and if for omo nyanko mebie po ni mo. Na goals aba. Nti they always find a way for goalkeepers to concede goals. Nti you know there in as much as you disagree with the approach, I think that is the way for the fans to enjoy.
All right. So you conclude on this chapter now. You think that the right team won the day yesterday?
Exactly.
The right team won it. Okay. In terms of charisma, in terms of style, technique, the Champions League, baby.
Yeah, when I was young, my understanding of football was different. When I grew up, my understanding of football is different.
I changed you totally.
Media work, my understanding of football as a son. Me na me who football say oji amani a watwetwe wa down. One is answer one ade. But we continue to criticize Madrid. talk about their star, but they continue to win more trophies.
Yes.
So it is not about being philosophical and ideological. It is about finding a way to win.
The results
and,
or not.
In Madrid, it's a results-oriented team.
Yeah.
They don't talk about a ball on your face. What's the Madrid? Champions League.
Yes. Yes.
And I've come to realization that it is about winning, and that's all. And if they are winning, why not? So it is not about your playing style. So over playing style now the winning will be happy wasn't. But about playing style in the show a ball.
There be a ball.
See, I said they were going to lose World Cup match. Just a 4 years.
Just a 4 years.
Just a ATM. Just a next season.
Oh,
you can play all the beautiful game in the game. A day born a Liverpool amo. It is about winning and nothing else.
It is always about winning and nothing else. A results-oriented game. It's also not results. Now, on the 8th of April, 9th of April, interesting fixtures. Baso. Interesting ones. They say Yaya draw na wie. Said the who screen so no. PSG and Aston Villa. Would you say Aston Villa are a revelation of this particular UEFA Champions League?
No. No, because can Aston Villa win the Champions League now? How much are Bayern Munich in the Champions League?
Oh, my big boys.
So it is not as if they've not been in the competition before.
They haven't seen the big stage before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm few almost Ashe buyer for.
Okay.
So what else?
Yes, what's happening? Yeah.
Ashe buyer for. And let's not forget, Aston Villa more players. Aston Villa. Why they don't pull? Emiliano Martinez.
Exactly.
Argentina for number one.
Number one goalkeeper, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Until recently, no Diego Carlos Manakoy. As the concept of England national team, baby. Paul Torres was a potential centre back for the Spanish national team until he moved to Aston Villa. Right?
Yeah.
Tyrone Mings about Premier League now for years. Tyrone Mings only bunch but they are actually
national team. Yeah.
Come to their midfield. You only tell him man start for the Belgium national team.
Sure.
Obia Ohuma Jimbia, he start for Scotland. Leon Bailey started for Jamaica. Morgan Rogers, this season, England for players from a bubble pie. You talk about him. Now, Ofobi say Oli Watkins. Oli Watkins will start at Man United. He will start in Arsenal. He will start at Chelsea. He will start at Tottenham Hotspur.
Fantastic boy.
Quality player. So what I say, Rashford. Omu who said Yaman Koye. Omu di omu. Yeah. Omu said no. Omu nya chance to qualify for the Champions League.
Yes.
Now I'm called Dortmund. And I'm called for Chelsea boy. And now I'm friend Matt Sen.
Yeah.
About Champions League for our last season. No, I'm doing
bye.
And I'm about through second half. Omu said they will need experience. Marco
Rashford, yeah.
Marco Asensio,
yeah.
I don't know who Asensio.
Yeah.
They have a coach who winning Europa Cup several times. Or both Champions League to the highest level. No, not a bench. And Marco for one of the best sporting directors, if not the best, in Carlos Bidajo Munchi. Abba. Tisha Jumana or Moyen. And to me, I'm not surprised. No. It will most say unborn or mobile or the unbedru baby.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised with their performance. Again, competition recognize winners.
Okay.
Competition na airborne. Recognize them as the
winners.
Yeah, teams no. Bayern Munich are the Champions League bebre. Barcelona are the bebre. Real Madrid are the bebre. Arsenal no money they've been in the final.
Yeah.
PSG no money they've been in the final.
Yeah.
Aston Villa have won the competition.
Yes.
Inter Milan have won the competition.
Big boy.
So what else? So what you say? Until Aston Villa are there, well, I will not say they've been the revelation. I think the revelation was Club Brugge.
Oh,
yes. Baby Omuduru, and I think they'll be.
Maybe so say a breast.
No. Club Brugge was okay for me. Until Aston Villa, they know me, and maybe you were not expecting them to go that far.
But they had the history to back them.
Yes, they have for a good coach. Quality material, they have the history to back them. So maybe I okay.
Fantastic. Nana Safa we do to sumame. Fixtures not to sumame nafi. It's no quick one. PSG Aston Villa.
Well, it's a dicey game. PSG ball no more boy. I hope they will not be like ATM. ATM ball the best game of the Champions League last season against Inter Milan. The next game was against Dortmund, not F4. So I hope PSG doesn't behave like that. So someone behave like that. Nobody decided to play like how they play Liverpool. PSG will go through.
PSG will go through. Nana, quick one. Next one. Fatos Mame. Yes. Real Madrid, Arsenal. And so you're on the waiting or the other side. Oh, my day train.
Arsenal have a good record against Real Madrid.
True.
But Madrid is the only team yet dancing to any record in the Champions League.
There be says so mami. Says to be mami.
Say
yes.
Arsenal a good record.
Okay.
But Madrid the far record be a more money so Champions League.
Fan no sa. Una o year record there but obema na nonsense.
Say one record. Real Madrid o far record be a so money so Champions League. And baby
oh my God.
Baby Omoduno.
Yes.
They are not playing Bayern Munich.
Okay.
They are not playing Barcelona.
Yeah.
They are not playing Man United. They are not playing Chelsea.
Yeah.
They are not playing Liverpool. They are playing Arsenal.
Arsenal.
In one night, in the end, through sad. And the second leg will be played at the Bernabeu. They will keep it but they will keep it cool.
Cool. Oh my,
they know how to manage at this level.
Yes, but you're not doing it.
How it's managing hard.
Yes.
They are not playing Barcelona. If it is Barcelona, it tells to be 50-50.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, it is 70-30.
Fantastic. Barcelona, Dortmund.
Well, obviously, Barcelona will go through. I don't think Dortmund were the quality to match Barcelona this time. But check the confidence level of the Barcelona team. And there's one thing that is very common with Barcelona. So when we say Barca the first, a woman league anymore, expect them to do better in the Champions League.
When say Barca the first?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we teams in Europe, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Liverpool, AC Milan. Omo team are red. A woman league no more the Champions League.
Yeah.
But Man United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, when you see them playing well in the Champions League, for compare so Barca being first on the league table, and you see them beating teams left, right, center, I expect them to do better. And almost so they are not playing Madrid, they are not playing Liverpool.
Sure.
They are not playing Inter Milan. It is Dortmund. They have everything to sail through.
Bayern, Inter.
I think that is the biggest fixture.
Yeah. Tough game.
I think.
You think there only a bigger chain? Arsenal, Madrid, no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because the people who say, buyer, I say, IABB or
team do quarter final round of 16. No coach Abeka tell them Mukrabuko be at Mudu Hayano.
Mentality no form.
Inter Milan,
Bayern.
2 champions, 2 former champions, Eredivisie. Inter Milan were everything to qualify. I think the Simeone Inzaghi factor will work here.
Okay.
Harry Kane is just on fire. He's just been unfortunate for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Lautaro Martinez is just on fire too. Marcos Thuram, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Zelensky, Mkhitaryan, Nicola Barrera. Inter, I'm going for Inter.
Because of the fact that they're on fire and they are not conceding as well.
Inter are consistent.
Okay.
They've been playing well. They have depth. They have a good coach. They have quality. They have guys to change game for them. Harry Kane and Muzela and also will play them out. They are good to go. And see, I think Inter Milan will have the chance to see it through.
Wow. Inter Milan have the chance to sail through. So for any the big and the Kerm. Anna Ertre and Komona, Mijidi Sebebia will be a Weni Ajahopa. Please talk about ATM handball. Was it a penalty or not? I think that we've spoken about it. Before we clarify this penalty, it didn't rain in Madrid. How come the pitch was waterlogged? When you throw bad drug, some touch your mouth. Okay. The Okado Zoo free can answer Zuato. And so no one is say pitch and also afopa no more no two boni ni bia kan no it we say a lot to say obia e carry there quickly answer na me come in next part of the now Aston Villa then person me cheap people so somebody was asking me about Aston Villa game no Marcus Rashford any Asensio there minim so no be ya adwena and no make a nipa ne say obi ti say Marcus Rashford me the minim ni say United for the European competition e born asu and no the play obia the ho no enti na adwen no e ba European competition na e was top and the best game pa United ni bia we say that game against PSG Champions League utum say na come and coming down to Aston Villa seeing the players there omo good but be bringing some tasty Champions League no oba or the big boys them never back to Asensio we hu bia o Madrid Champions League bibia enti no omo dressing room no don't be catch players no crowd there
No, they look up to them.
Yes, yes.
Obi abo Madrid, obo PSG, obo Spanish nationality, no obo Aston Villa. Obi
Oh,
abo
no,
England nationality, obo Man United for 10 years.
Yes.
And no obo Aston Villa. I want to cry we say.
Robert Culture will be obeti. Andy, me pesa quickly. Yes, switch na ye bedim komo kakra bi ofie. Na afi ye de komo twetwe ne ba na wie. Na Pole free. Ye pursue ye league kakra. Ye the league is back. First of all, FIFA no ne zero na ne wo league in hono. Say na we expect say be ba na.
Say na me expect you, bro.
Na this sorry na. This sorry na.
Time I call na FIFA be na ni.
Oh, say be na ya football.
Ghana.
Say be na ya hwe, but ye call ye na football.
Ya football. Omo ko she ball na no mo she Liverpool ni PSG o so mo football. And I want to I'm actually here. No matter what, I'm football. I'm football.
Be fie dia no na make.
If you ball, so be anko stadium. And I want to go to match. Be anko. Opa catch there oba one na tie. And I only aso go stadium. So on kasa sign.
Yeah.
Okay sign. O kwa go there. Ko ball. Player be na ko number 1. Obuza say obi ko here ko one second one.
What tie da?
Nti enokra bu abem.
Oh.
Again. When fans say what me kwan so. Tuti asenua na memfa na asenua na afoka besi kaditia ana wade wafoka sitafo na afoka ba stadium ball no mo ball no minu ai enye fe ball no mo ball enye fe o se afoka minu na aba opon wade so na nteba fe bara gadanche na onsa afoka akotafo na onsa afa bia kofi hwe cost involved onsa aba won enjoy football. You don't have players to entertain you. One hwe nso ne yesa akotwe aba na ye de abebo. One hwe ne atutu anako. One hwe obi atwesika eku. Enti that is the only part emmo ama ye game ni maye. Enti there has been arguments say o share the position of Kotoko, share the position of Hearts. O share the points that gap beda omumu a. At least those things should push fans to go to stadium. I'm saying that. The fans are supporting Real Madrid and Barcelona. We need that research. We need that revolution. We need that transparency. We need that honesty to revive our football. You're born now, referee in 3 months. Also, no one ever babidi. To ultimately be na match until they open at your all those things drive a footballers now. Again. After police incidents, Gabe expected say, and MIC in continuously go across Mobi Janema. But Bohana before Kwane mighty Royal scoreboard match.
Yeah.
I mean, before Copiaro, Madame from the Bobo Atletico. I was about for Quafoni to be kept free room or cook for Stomako Jomo. Omocro, how many days before Bomopam did be in penny phone through democracy, a tram DVC, a map palm home boamo because say, Dwarfs and a Park Academy. On the Park Academy cameraman, they are sure boom.
On Park no offense on.
Yeah. Dwarfs for another cameraman, a camera sure boom. Again, Omodino manager on my fan and so. Referees appointment committee, referees manager on my vemono. Into you better cockatoo.
And some are okay now, aftermath pulley.
After fully at Yara.
The managers of our game no so Omonte said the okay, Omonte and Omunhui, and no one of small referees no more, no one of smart match community no more.
They don't care. The Ben artist said team official be a stadium da. What's that? Baby. What's the FNB abono stadium?
That meant to be that.
Into Omon they don't care. You go into them.
But this is serious.
I catch us all stadium one. You deem shall ball the 3 points near here where now draw win lose those things are part of the game. On second Kofi because omunyam faso enjoy benefit from the game okay mpra honka obi amu they are good to go the end na we fan okona okwa pepro ho na okwa kodun kwanche wo.
But then the president of your league young football association Obi so tencho Obeka say he's doing a good job by managing the league, by managing the players, or more.
Obi Obeka say oye good job obi odidi many bidi.
Didn't I make us say? And now no ya me not Andy. They say their position or calf.
No, the calf position is different from baby away.
Na so monso no be monso. So mo call Obi.
meba ho no so ko bia ni wadwuma a ode so ni African battle dey na de to na say ya obotie to abono no nyae
ono ni nyae
nti Africa battle
the time never so that be
the time never so next 2 years
and almost pretend them in account
no ntimi nko
yende maso
dabi ntimi obia mpene pa ne nko
moti asa na mo kan ye na second one we nya na sa
na the second one no dey so mo making sure so dey free ntimi ma.
Okay.
But I'm saying that woman ko amman ko any obo legu. He enter there say abehwe ebo. Ade tin abeka ebo wan say me wonya me na obo me egu. And that is your business. What you want we end be akọ fam na we okay a. Me fa obo yi. Ana dem kan me bo.
But yes yeah.
Ya dwuma yi. Enu na ye nyina edididi. Se oba na se wo so wonya ni ye na abehwe me dwuma na se ame wonya me.
Okay.
Unyame. Me pa me di ameye no. Se Ghana football no se gu a me nkwanwuma na.
Obeko.
Me ko kan Real Madrid Manchester to mo muntie.
Ombeti pa.
Mo muntie.
E cry more attractive.
Sponsor se be ba ye ni so man be me nya musica.
Yes.
O so me so amedi ase ye. Wo na ball no wo ball kaye. It is also hunu nyansa bia na ball ye ko e ofe. Na nipa na odis no no ansa antana so bi wa me dia na me lose. I don't lose anything. Se ball mo bona be TV so na ma hebi. Ade ati na me koni busa ho asema na maka me ba busa nya na me
yeah
me wi am come baby and then of it all there na me lose nothing. I don't lose anything, but wo na wo pump sika in no and obi ka chem say no 11 why say ba so me ba baba ya sports stadium e ka say me ntwi from stadium ho to amako ayi adum kura me ntwi.
Wow.
So what you say, so look at the risk. Players life no, it's at risk. Eti you won't players ka montia referees ka match ye ko boy team ka score la na dem wiem ni nyina ati na league dey do no sponsorship. Teams are suffering, players are suffering. Ultimate flow adam for so more obosi ara fa ye football ye league na ye ball no hwe ni so now still out there we happy ni background and transfer can me ma die na there
and across them start to see assessment for report to clubs you say
clubs be omuntiminti
players almost nothing to almost okay of the vocal call to say
debut kids can away league na all ball ska bia na so TV right ni so sponsorship ni so and am say ball na mo bebo players to so tu am so mo accommodation e so to fu egu kam de commat ni nyina no say o say we okay with our footballer me improve na ball. Wow. Me ba come there. We are na me come fie. At the end of it all, who loses? It is the clubs. And they can even choose to give 50 years to him. And at the back also what you say. Julio Grondona etna so from 1979. ABC 2014. Oni obi. Check years.
1979 to 2014.
AFA. He was the Argentine football president. And where is he? Uniho. And penny say Obana wa nkwa oji wodi so.
Yes.
They can still vote for him. They can extend the years. I don't care.
Na minim so to ado. Na minim say pamonani. Why is he still around? And yes, also be World Cup qualifiers, right? And so na you to ado dey na ekabo mame. Why is he still around? And the child then so are we ready?
Otuado ono any GFA president nko na betimi a tira de kunti oda say coach Ghana omi no nko
ESCO members no kwenti Blaster I am friends
no omomfo Otuado tira to one so
Blaster management committee nina
Otuado any the president of the FA
omi no peni ni ma de kro
sa obi anim edia na be Ghana akofa coach o yes scout or dotomo because you go AFCON Nigeria for Cameroon for Beshie Algeria for Beshie quickly they've changed coach going for a first class coach.
Yes.
And look at their situation now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we failed to qualify to the AFCON. So Ghana you also your coach that's one team qualify for AFCON now what how you dey if you send me many fee me be me follow football the luckiest coach Ghana enyan yo Otuado.
Oh really?
Otuado buy match papa bia. Apart from
Papa
Mali,
ne in Nigeria
apart
and
from
Mali
no,
you go share wa
apart from Mali, match awabo bia o de Ghana Premier League coach obewin.
Asa.
Se woni Sudan, F4 bobo. Omo mobo wo mu krom. Omo players in local players, omo atam players in the Mauritania, Epeligi abo. Match ne kubo ni neutral Ghana what team anse Sudan. Oni Niger for ni park omu krom. Yakobo match no neutral Ghana home na what team anse Niger. Fama Coach Bash.
Bash.
Farmer Tanku, Farmer Karim to Manchester teams.
It
Is the reason why president of the FA Coca say, send the jail for no, Omobani team Dreams FC, Satam League, no more.
Yes.
Omo be more. Just a coach na the wasa.
Team directly, any FA president,
and nothing I make catch or say, he's the only person who can explain why Otado is still at post.
it makes sense, yeah.
Because Onokura who's a coach in Asa. So what I say again. Ghana here match tonight everybody. You don't want a
Chad, yeah.
Na can't chat there's all cry. You can come here do jina no why be.
Just how Chad be.
Central Africa Republic.
Yes.
Comoros.
Yes.
Madagascar. Me asa about Chad the match the we match. We need $50,000 the coach you know.
That's what you say.
That is why I'm saying that he's the luckiest coach.
Wow.
Because matches na oboni bi anya match bi eden.
Until you wait to World Cup na no.
And no one in namu ko no. Oh, World Cup they ever qualify.
You ever qualified.
No, the World Cup qualifier goes beyond just Utado's tactics.
Okay. Yeah, intrinsic motivation anyway you have top level.
GF ni ba ka chem say omo ko US ko match. Now say last time players almost see Hono, almost see Texas. I think it was AT&T Stadium, Dallas.
Yeah.
Also, almost see you know US. Almost the average. Compare how. So that is a different motivation for the players as well. So the Blasters issue of qualification to the World Cup goes beyond the tactics.
Also, yes, I was also qualifying now.
It goes beyond just tactics. Utahado tactics the chief. We see any Chad can Kotenko Modina touchlight. They will beat them hands down.
A Jumana na yo a park na no hona no. I'll beat me the
Chad.
Quick one. Me say Kofi Adams, right? Sports minister.
Yeah.
Honestly saying.
Or say players no aka chense coach na asa. GF fu ni bi aka chense coach na asa.
Osia oba na no ye.
Ghana fu ni bi afred aka chense coach na ya de. And a man for say wa criticize no. Nti yompam no because one na kasa na de ontimi nye de. Wabo na chi no ontimi na nye.
Agba.
Ka chom so mo case. Ye wo hanan sinya na kotofo ka kire prosper ogum so onya de.
Yes. Enche pra, enche.
Omo pam no. Omo ni ye meeting omo ache ba ko so mo nsi ase. Ade che omo ko no omo ho. Omo kan ni tuja hu se omo ya omo be pam no. Tim bi amana fa million a month no. Ene kotofo lu so much.
Dabi. Wa shout to aso.
Wa she obi a. Ene omo bo na tira na ni ya adwuma.
What you say? 500 million. Kotoko.
And you want to cover for born on born, and you want to cover. And the fact that you criticize someone that's not mean you cannot work with a person.
Sure.
And the sports minister can, you know, he's rather putting Otado on his toes.
Exactly.
So one year and who so can
exactly.
Or man who so one can why he will sack him.
Sharp.
In 1986, Argentina for Beko World Cup no, e Mexico. Na omo coach ni friend Carlos Bilardo. Inti ono so na the situation you to ado the bi. Ti na come be pam.
Okay.
The people what at the FA were not in support of the sacking.
Okay.
Inti Julio Grondona na the AFA president. Inti omo converse no omo say o de omo form nko training tour no omo free club. Go papa ni wo omo na the buof.
Yeah.
Obo coach na chisa aso onya ade. Omo ko training tour. Argentina won the World Cup in 1986 was Azteca Stadium in Mexico. So the fact that the Minister of Sports criticized Otado that's not me say the child you lose.
Okay.
Or can it to just say the Otado Europe. Carlo Ancelotti Obama tina nko ya Fiorentino players what's a Real Madrid board no happy. We've seen Jim Ratcliffe criticizing my United players. Doesn't mean you cannot work with them.
Debbie, I don't trust her.
The person or children say mushi monye mo na mkeka mo. Nti for me, I'm in support of the minister.
Said the oil must have
I'm with him.
And the person me did the president too is on record to have said during his State of the Nation address this time around and no one will be dahwamamo. Enkoye rumor anema Blasters kasi no mo de ko ne mo mus kasi ya no so no o find say welcoming news say bibia be da o ana sector minister Kofi Adams kroye finance minister so ba ye no wan shada touch sports we but sector minister na be ba Na asem bi also obie mu kire mu bia ni sika sem bia no. Do you welcome that news?
News now, President Muhammad Adebayo, and the area was refreshing. It was expected. Say, okay, the previous sports minister now. Sports minister yenye nyona asampa.
Mustafa.
Yes. Sports minister say yenye nyona asampa. Minister omutimede $4.5 million. Eya accreditation.
I tag. The boy cool.
At the All Africa Games.
Yeah.
Na ye we are seeing na dinner for na be ko.
Bye.
Eti on say Ghana for will problem when it comes to budget. Budget all the two days just say Ghana for be na biadu. But we want transparency.
Exactly.
We want accountability.
Yes.
And that is what the NDC government promised. The last budget, me TB, the no kura person, or the $10,000.
The no kuta personal.
Or the $10,000.
Was it
Na obi chirade 30 years. No ko pension kura fa fe ne mele kura
Debbie.
And obi kura de keke.
Yes.
O kura de keke o. Ade am ye de akọ the purse holder took $10,000. In 2022, it was 1.5 billion.
Hey.
Okay. Until we bad it never dead in a demonstration.
Debbie and Tiazi.
Yen yakwa command flight Martina money and yedi.
Yes.
A money down papa more than uncle you.
Yes.
Timo money $1,000. And one.
Nice. Bibia to
Okay. Management committee of the Blasters, no job done. Na ya more $100,000 ye be krom ha. Ye nya textbooks so the chalk man kra no. Teachers for demonstrations and to market. It does not make sense. Capitation granted here this cafe and they are my headmasters.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. Enti budget never bontia or the omun can tron. But at least because budget never out before I be come, the money cannot be outrageous.
Wow.
To media, that news was refreshing. And it really told me Mahama was a game changer.
Okay.
Until a chance I didn't say, Yankas will be a good discount, will be we na deba and we na deba. We baby Timan Dabi, Emra. Yes, the money belongs to the taxpayer. Until if you are taking the money out, I was a taxpayer, the Musika, Yadia Deco. Yakwa, sorry, you come. That's a cook when you're more young can get a go. Yaka. Yakoba ne babekeska. Debi. Uku tutu anu ahu ya nada betres. Debi. For me, that news was welcome. That news was refreshing.
Another news nso a minim for you. Say you welcome emawa. Mo amunia ya mpofo ankra. Nini abema nini apeni Elvis Ankra honorable. You are appointed as the director for National Sports Authority.
Yeah, we're welcome. Welcome.
No,
that's obvious. I was competent enough to be the chairman for the beach soccer for all these years.
And I can remember
Yes, being within the media space, Menenanya encounter Accra, Wahostume, Wahostume twice.
Okay.
Mass TV, yeah. Matches, analysis. And he has been closer to him. He has those good human relationship. National Sports Authority, no. Mpani for a don't bring up a good animasi. Media for no.
Professor Chumesiana.
Professor Chumesi Crown Minister Juan Asapa.
Busadon Bakuma
Minister Musafa. Only the Crown Asapa. David Minister Sache. Professor
Chumesi, not really tactics. Before no one else can cry.
Chumesi was working under the minister.
Yes.
Minister Nantimi
put on his toes. Yes.
Minister Sache ni Bibi. I think it is something. Media for the new position.
Yes.
No, maybe any mass. Every president or a swag member.
Yeah. Or if you're born, you know.
Oh, no, I said brutal as I know. Ain't you know? At least, almost than Kokia Boa, me, I'm senior or now position. I don't know.
Fufa, baby. Yeah.
Until let's hope, Dr. Randy Abbey.
Says on
also in our position, say, on na. I'm going to cover a mill by.
I'm going to cover a buy. It's not blaster.
I'm going to cover a mill to buy. That's why. They have triced him, and I hope say he will be the game changer at the National Sports Authority.
I did back when I about your performance personally. I am a channel from a chair. I mean, yeah, personal encounter with him, but I said, oh, you're very creative. and it open visibility.
Yes.
Yen documenting your man, yen picture. Also, Emmanuel attractive.
I don't know. Do you have no?
Yes, Emmanuel attractive to potential way on person mobile on board. So I feel say oba NSA or the San man or be documenting your mobile videos near the corporate Ghana and also at my industries. No, my maybe on my best sponsor. Your man yet my take. Finally, there. Sorry, so you ready budget 10% betting.
Ghana, the best news Ghana in the last 20 years you will.
No, any the best news I got for
us. You come acquired the hay and one and Papa Biama acquired that and one and for the first time I'm more at budget what be that.
Debbie.
To
bet to the
control street, you know. And one in the control street, where. We squad na utifie. Oko na esin we utifie 4 years, 5 years on adwuma ade na. Oko university we are now na utifie. Yeah. Nti adwuma e wo street dey so no ye betting. Oh, madam forbid the 1.8 billion in September.
Wow.
O decide say obeye campaign ama president Mahama sa akopen so obewin. Eno no ko yi disika.
Odi ene demo a.
Asa o ko yi an betting 180 million, 18,000. Nti ene enya nto enya ntua. To what I'm a phenomenon. It is the best news Ghana youth at in the last 20 years.
Streets in Israel,
news, I may say, the bear now say a budget. Now it's a Bermuda.
That's 18,000 in September, 18,000
in one crowd pennies. Me see the pen out to say yeah budget. No more budget. Politicians in Moma say oh man. Enti omo yeah budget memu an. But this time memu an pay attention to details. And they no more expecting no. And you see a best scrap with the betting tax or what they can no more found. And finally the betting tax has been scrapped. And you can see joy and excitement and statue on the street. Oko media and so opie nyaje obi e wa ba na ba so. Almost so the game change. They be class of Mama the Ballon d'Or. So
Mahama for Ballon d'Or.
Because when you betting tax na front, the ghost of Kwame Nkrumah money akwaje mu nyina nyaje because the guys are rejoicing. Me so ni say me ntwabi.
Akwaje mu nyina
bosi. Me see the best news at Ghana youth in the last 20 years. Say bi wa dem fam.
Yes, this Abraham Kwame secretary.
Obi nyaje. Memo and omo chiri omo me say me bet we nim twa.
Yeah.
But omo mu tie ye no.
Yeah.
They listen to us because of Saniema.
Yeah.
Enti so omo so eko na scan ye come ye tax na na make obi say an any tax na na say dey nya ada tax tie. Ye tie you wo that they are. Enti ye hu tax no omo tin dey omo dey. Enti at least and there are other taxes are waiting at. But Charlie na family phone na me atwi bibi kakra go so na me nya bibi.
Na so we di bibi kakra na aban no so nya kakra na o dey aye adwuma.
Omo dey $4.5 million akwa tax and accreditation. Says can you inform? No. Oh, ministers no your top prado mo omo tua omo no aduane mo omo ka ofie to salon ka mo. No one say abeka bo ma say o ma no. Na yen so bibi kakra e benya di no. Omo say ameje nko. The best news Ghana for the youth at in the last 20 years. Betting tax no
Mahama for Ballon d'Or.
Oh no mo dia man.
Mahama for Ballon d'Or. You see your friend there bana Kwame Nkrumah secretary. Na Akufo-Addo papa. And the bebo trade
brutal.
Oh, okay. I was for GhPage Sports and when your opportunity I should be no. Yeah the bro into no there. Do you know so subscribe and no like it. Na etomwa no nya biahwe and ye call yes sorry so no social media handles and the last word episode de ma bia.
Oh okay. Top person follow me oko Facebook and the Kerm on Facebook oko me share me blue top me share best.
Yes.
91k followers. You are bit me creative na wa follow me na bibia kama.
Yeah the say we ni beto ha mo say the
Samson na oko YouTuber and the Kerm Sports TV on YouTube. And only idea okwa and so me suit black and white inner.
Okay.
And so and I got TikToker.
Yes.
We Facebook
on any exactly. Timenko follow for bia.
Having a dirty no ewo ho no. We me Facebook page and okwa na wala hunya no wasere. E di okwa na follow page na bia come.
Yes.
Samson I got TikToker and the Kerm.
Sure.
And so sana these are the social media handles. I hope say going forward you know You better add the sports abre.
Of course,
on all the socials.
Yeah, you better yeah pa. Said them kind well when him say you know the big Andy Kerm, #1 sports pundit, the whole of this country. And I train como GhPage Sports. Meaning at the Berma Kweku as want to be to my friend Ken Asu-B Macrao.
Adofo so pe company obetimi ede ho ato omo so eba no adansi ene ho dwumedie bia dia eno a ene Zion View Construction and Services eba no general building construction say yensi dan fit scratch enko na wieye na enye de wakoma pedie eno a ne Zion View Construction and Services eba no dampness treatment say walls ho ena cracking enso elikifa walls ho tino ama apotobibre age wo dan no aboso dia Zion View samen kan chow say obe apply waterproof coating e de ma external and internal walls no se ne be ya wonso no obetimi afa wodan no ho afa na apotobibre nyina so aclear e de amount e biem no se ba no Italian graffiato se wo si abefo de ya baby a wo ho access scratch lines ne nam ho fefefe eno so no omudi sa dwumade no kama stamped concrete for compound se wo pe concrete papa e de aya o compound a e be che na be san so aye fe e de amount dia fashion Zion View Construction and Services omo ensa ebano epoxy floor me pacha so ope epoxy floor papa ope de beche e de amount ope de hoho etunan e de sofia obeka se emom o floor si eyefe so ope e de amount garage floors basement countertops and na simple no ope ne so commercial dwumede bia udi se bank bi na wusi restaurant bi na wusi hotel bi na wusi eno a ene Zion View Construction and Services so what Ghana anase amano no dia na ope company a ombe sofia no SSA the amount there. Me patch for numbers we say 0543 123829 0543 123829 and I say 0249 711659 0249 711659. So we share Zion View Construction and Services BMUSUA. Obetimi akọ omo website so www.zionviewconstruction.com.